In the world of quantum physics, we stumble upon revelations that challenge everything we thought we knew about life, about the universe, and especially about ourselves. For centuries, science and spirituality were seen as opposites, one grounded in logic and observation, the other in faith and intuition. But now, we're beginning to realize they might have been speaking about the same truths all along, just in different languages. Quantum physics suggests something revolutionary. Reality isn't a fixed, objective stage that exists separately from us. It's fluid, dynamic, and deeply intertwined with the observer. One of the most famous experiments in quantum mechanics, the double-slit experiment, showed that particles behave differently when observed. Observation itself changes the outcome, which means, in simple terms, consciousness affects matter. This changes the game entirely, because of the act of observing can change what is being observed. Then we are not just passive witnesses of life. We are participants, creators, architects of the world we live in. The unified field, everything is connected. Quantum physics also introduces a concept of the unified field, an invisible web of energy connecting everything in the universe. From subatomic particles to entire galaxies, everything vibrates within the same universal energy. Many refer to this energy as consciousness, the source, or the divine. In spiritual terms, it's the idea that everything is one, everything is sacred, everything is connected. Let's bring this to a real-life example. Have you ever suddenly thought of someone you haven't seen or spoken to in years, and just hours later, they call or message you? Some might call it coincidence. But from the perspective of quantum physics, it could be resonance, an energetic connection across time and space. You see, we're not just in the universe. We are of it. The same essence that forms the stars also pulses through your heart. Consciousness shapes reality. From this perspective, we begin to see something powerful. Our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are not just private, internal experiences. They actively influence the reality we live in. You are not just reacting to life. You are constantly creating it. Let's say two people go through the exact same situation. Both lose their jobs. The first one falls into despair, feeling hopeless and stuck. The second one sees it as a chance to change directions, pursue a passion, or start something new. Same external event, completely different internal reality. And that internal reality will shape what happens next. The self-fulfilling prophecy of thought. Our thoughts are not just passive reflections of what we see. They are blueprints that shape what comes next. They act as self-fulfilling prophecies. Imagine you're about to visit a family member with whom you've had tension in the past. On your way there, you're already thinking, this is going to be awful. They'll say something rude, and I'll lose my temper. Your body tightens. Your energy shifts. And sure enough, the moment you walk in, things begin to go exactly as you expected. Now imagine the same visit, but this time, you intentionally choose a different mental approach. You visualize a calm and kind interaction. You prepare yourself to stay grounded, to respond with compassion rather than defensiveness. Chances are the outcome will be radically different. Why? Because your inner reality is setting the tone for your outer experience. The neuroscience of belief. Let's take this one step further. Your thoughts don't just float around in your mind. They physically affect your brain and body. Every time you think, your brain fires electrical signals and releases chemicals called peptides. When you consistently think negative thoughts, your brain begins wiring itself to support those patterns. It creates neural networks associated with stress, fear, pain. Over time, Your cells become addicted to the emotional chemicals your thoughts are producing, especially what scientists call victim peptides. These are the biochemical responses to chronic feelings of powerlessness, anger, or sorrow. People don't always realize it, but you can literally become addicted to suffering, not mentally, but biologically. And the opposite is also true. When you begin to practice gratitude, compassion, joy, your brain starts creating new neural pathways and releasing feel-good chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. These shape your mood, your energy, and even how your body heals. You're always rewiring yourself. The only question is, what do you wire yourself for? Rewiring the mind, the power of neuroplasticity. This process is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reshape itself in response to experience, thought, and intention. Let's say you grew up believing you weren't good enough. That belief became a neural path, a mental habit. But when you start repeating new thoughts, like, I am learning, I am growing, I am enough, you're literally building new networks in your brain. With practice, those networks become stronger. They become the default. And suddenly, you don't just hope for change, you become the change. Here's a simple real-world example. People who journal 3 things they're grateful for every morning tend to report better mood, increased motivation, and even improved immune response over time. Small thoughts, repeated often, change the architecture of your brain, and through that, your life. Memories before birth, DNA and past imprints. And what if I told you that some of your mental patterns didn't even begin in this lifetime? Some research in spiritual traditions suggests that our DNA carries emotional imprints, memories, traumas, and belief systems from past generations or even past lives. This would explain why some people are born with unexplainable fears, patterns of sabotage, or emotional wounds that seem to have no root in their current experience. It's as if our soul brings a suitcase, a set of lessons and tendencies, into this life. Let's say someone constantly attracts controlling partners, despite wanting freedom. This pattern may be an echo of unresolved wounds, not necessarily from childhood, but from far deeper in their soul's history. And that's not punishment, it's opportunity. Life is a process of evolution. The challenges we face are not random. They are not signs of failure or weakness. They are invitations to heal, to grow, to evolve. When a lesson keeps repeating in your life, it's not because you're cursed, it's because your higher self is lovingly asking, are you ready to grow through this? We meet the same types of people. We fall into similar situations, not by accident, but because our inner patterns attract outer mirrors. And when we finally learn the lesson, the pattern breaks. Freedom begins. The power to choose new beliefs. And this is the heart of the transformation. You can choose new beliefs. Just because you've thought a certain way for years doesn't mean you have to keep thinking that way. Beliefs are not absolute truths. They are mental habits, and habits can change. Try replacing the old, limiting beliefs with empowering ones like, I have the power to create change in my life. Every experience serves a purpose in my healing. I am in charge of my own reality. At first, it may feel unfamiliar, but over time, those new beliefs become natural. They shape your perspective. They rewrite your story. This is more than mindset. It's conscious evolution. You are the architect of your reality. The truth is, you are not here to survive. You are here to create. And the life you're living today, the struggles and the triumphs, is a reflection of your internal landscape. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, they are the blueprint of your reality. When you take responsibility for what you believe, you step out of the role of victim and into the role of author. You become the artist, the storyteller, the builder of your world. And the best part? This story isn't over. You can rewrite the next chapter, starting now. If this message spoke to your soul, if it reminded you of your power, your connection, your purpose, then take a moment to share it with someone you care about, someone who's ready to wake up to their own power. And remember, you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, thinking, feeling, and creating through human form. So take your power back, rewire your mind, and create a reality that reflects your truth. This is the Healing Vibe. Subscribe for more light,